Welcome, Dirties. We are in 2022. It's Friday. Well, it's Monday. But I am like extra excited because today you are going to take me somewhere at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
We have a reservation.
We're going to bounce.
So we're at a point in our lives where like literally I was taking a shower this morning. I was like, don't feel down. You should be excited. You're going to go out with your family today. It's like the most exciting thing in my life is that we made a reservation at the world's largest bounce house.
Yeah. Yes, it's fun. It's fun. We're
going for the third time.
We've already done it. It's fun.
And you guys, so if anyone has kids, toddlers in particular, do you feel like your house is a nursery? I mean, what do you call it? Play school? Preschool? Nursery class? What does our house look like?
I don't know, but there's fucking toys everywhere.
Yeah,
there's toys
that's
everywhere.
what I'm trying to say.
It looks like...
it looks like a preschool?
No, it looks like a toy store. And they don't even have toy stores anymore.
Not in a good way.
Yeah, it's not in a good way. It's not in a good way. He's a lucky kid, but we got to start getting rid of some of this crap.
He's outgrown a lot. He's going to be 3 for Pete's sake.
Yeah. So most of the stuff, he only has certain things he wants to play with too. But you can't, you got to get rid of it under like, the dark of night. Because if he sees you do it, all of a sudden he wants that toy. He wants to play with it.
Also, on the contrary, I like to take him to this. As you know this. I line the toys up along the edge of the garage door, and I'm like, and then he'll walk up to it and he goes, "Mommy, all done?" And I was like, "Yes, all done. We're giving these to some littler kids, smaller than you."
Yeah.
And then he saw them there, and he did see them leave. So
all right, good.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'd like to bring him with me when we donate them, so that he could see that that it's
where they go.
Yeah, and it's good to give. And there's other kids out there that aren't as fortunate as he is. So I hope that we could take him without him freaking out. But
so he won't.
Great wife story from this week.
A what?
It's a great wife story. This is what it's like, being married to my wife.
What do you mean? Did you not like my story?
No, I'm talking about my great wife story. This is what it's like for me to be married to you.
Oh. Okay.
So the other day,
okay.
I'm going out and I'm going to mail the books. And when I'm we've taken on a lot of, a lot more. So now we're trying to space it out. So every day we do a little bit. And
the books.
Yeah.
We did them in three.
Yeah. So I'm sending out the books for Feight Club to the kids. And my wife's helped me. So I'm leaving and she's putting the books, I'm taking them to the post office and she's packing the ones here so that when I come back, I can then take them.
I want to know where this is going because I'm so
Just
on
wait.
the edge of my seat.
Just wait.
Okay.
So she's leaving, and I asked her before I left to do what she was doing. It's no problem. So I call her, and I could actually hear her. She's packing the books, like she's doing that. And I asked her, "Can you do me a favor? I appreciate the fact that you're already doing me a favor, but can you do me another favor?"
Which was what?
And can you go to the fridge? I have 2 steaks.
Oh, you wanted me to take something out the freezer.
I had taken them out of the freezer the night before.
Okay, yeah.
I was looking to cook them at just take them out room temperature.
Okay, so I forgot.
Just take them out room temperature.
I had to
just take them out room temperature. All right, cool. No problem. Got it. I go do what I do. I come back. Not only did she stop doing the books.
So what happened was
she didn't take the steak out either. And she said that when I called her, I distracted her. So she stopped doing everything because she was lying down in bed when I got back. So she was lying down in bed. The books are not done. The food is not out of the fridge. And she's like, "Oh, yeah, no, you called me.
I did.
So you distracted me from me. That's a Persian apology. That's a Persian apology. A Persian apology is, I'm sorry that you made me do it. That's how their apologies work, because they're not contrite and they don't say sorry ever. So it's always your fault that they're apologizing for something.
First of all, I want to tell you.
No. I'm still not done. Still not done. So then, after I didn't even say a word.
Right.
There was definitely a look that I gave that was like, "Oh, awesome. So you didn't do the books or you didn't put the steaks out." And she goes, "Oh, you're such a hater.
That part is a lie.
Verbatim quote like those quotations. You're such a hater. End quote.
Welcome back, Dirties, to a new episode of Till the Dirt.
Yes.
Happy 2022. I'm still going to say it. I don't care what you do to me.
Well, it's not
I
me,
mean,
man.
I think it's nice. I think it's nice.
Yeah, there's people out there that definitely are going to be like, yo, you need to shut the fuck up.
No, there's not. Haters. More haters.
Yeah.
They're your friends.
Yeah.
The haters.
The haters.
I just want to put the bow on your thing. The fridge and the freezer, like, this year, try to share it with me. And
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
You pick terrible things.
You
You don't eat half the stuff. Like you go to yesterday she walks in the door.
I don't want to fight with you. It's Friday.
She walked in the door with an Amy's TV dinner and a jar of marinara sauce.
What's wrong with that?
What? Not in a bag. Barehanded. In each hand, she had a jar of marinara sauce and a TV dinner. Where'd you come from?
It was a gluten-free frozen meal.
Oh, sorry.
And it was marinara sauce, Rayo's, your favorite.
My favorite is.
For our son to have with the meatballs that I had already made.
Okay, I got you.
Defrosted.
I got you.
I went to the grocery store to kill time while I was doing my online Starbucks order. And I was like, oh, I have 7 minutes. Let me see what I need from Pabs. And I asked you if you wanted anything. And then that's all I needed. I don't need to be like you, who comes back with 75 jars of Rayo's and 45 dishwashing fluids, liquids, and things that we already have fully stocked.
Make sure we're prepared.
We're only a family of 4, okay?
Right.
So today we're going to talk about, I think, what would be the ideal dream for every woman, for every girl, when you are staring out the window in school and you're thinking about your Prince Charming that's going to ride up on a white horse and rescue you and make you feel safe in the world and make you feel amazing and just hold you up all your life. That would be the time that you think about meeting your husband, getting married, and your wedding. My point is, you start planning the wedding.
Okay.
The wedding.
Yeah.
Planning your wedding.
Well, yeah, that's not. Well, today it's more about, last we left off, we had moved into
our dream house.
Yeah, and Caligula was over. You know what I mean? It was the fall of Rome. We were going to have to start getting serious in life, so we were going to have to start planning the wedding. We went out, looking at places, and my wife was batshit because her father, he was really, really in bad shape at this point. Like, it was only had been getting progressively
That's probably
worse.
why I realized that it was no point in living down the hall from an empty apartment that he never moved into.
Yeah. He, he had taken a turn and he never really bounced back. And he had always bounced back like a rubber band. He didn't, now it was languishing. So he just wasn't doing well.
What a word. Such a nice, it's actually a sexy word.
Yeah.
Languishing.
Great. And it's very sexy word. It is a very sexy, provocative word. He languished. He wasn't, so he wasn't doing well. But nevertheless, we were planning the wedding because she wanted him to walk her down the aisle.
I had already put it off for a year. We needed to get pregnant. We needed to get married.
Absolutely. We were older.
We had been together for 5 years? 4 years.
Around ish. Yeah, 4-ish.
So listen, I'm no Monica Geller. All right. I am no Monica Geller.
Not at all.
And for anybody who hasn't watched Friends, shame on you. And
what's the matter with you?
Yeah.
I mean, even if you don't know, you should know.
And if you don't know who the fuck Monica Geller is, then Google it, bitch. I can't help you right now.
Google's your friend, bro.
But according to Tom, TikTok was a bigger friend than Google.
According to me, it's
because you said that TikTok was the most searched.
More people use TikTok last year than Google.
Monica Geller kept a scrapbook that she made herself of a wedding book. Like, this page. Help me. This page is going to be my dress.
Yeah.
This page is going to be the venue. Okay. All right, is
You're
it
going
clear
on-
what
you
I
are
was
walking-
saying?
Yeah, you were
All
going
right.
down a rabbit hole. But what was the point?
I was saying, even though I was no Monica Geller,
Okay.
I still very, very much dreamed of meeting the right man. There's a very
Yeah.
big difference between a girl who wants to meet a man and fall in love and get married and create a life and a family than from the woman, the girl that wants to just have a
the
wedding.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So my man finally arrived.
Yes.
I didn't know, like I have said no to someone who's proposed in the past because I didn't, deep down in my heart, think that was the right guy. It would have been great. I probably could have, had a, what do you call it? Like a smooth, stable life, but it wouldn't have been passion, So like, here you come. And like, we put it off for a year because we were waiting for my dad to get better.
Yeah, and he just wasn't getting better.
But like a year prior to it, he was in an induced coma because of his stuff.
Yeah, no, just
So-
be flashes of some positivity, and then
And you
3 steps back. So,
And you got to realize, like, if you're putting off life, don't.
yeah,
Like the lesson I can pass on to other people that you and I can pass on is if you are waiting for that perfect moment, like you might not get it. So I don't think that we have any regrets about that because we were doing our damn best.
No.
That's for damn sure.
yeah,
We were giving like my father the number one priority, which she never does that. It's like, I don't know what's wrong with Toya. But we also, like you said, we were older for a couple that had already been together for like what, 3-4 years.
yeah. You didn't want to have a baby without being married either.
Right.
There was.
I want to make sure that we were going to stay together.
Yeah. Listen, it put a stall. We
Which
were
is
fast
so-
forward in a lot of ways. Like we moved fast in a lot of ways, but at the same point in time, we also stalled out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like
For-
I said,
for-
he was
for a
languishing
beautiful
for a minute.
reason.
Yes. And,
For a
and-
beautiful reason.
And it was giving him the respect and the due that he deserved.
100%.
So when we started to,
So you proposed to me, we were engaged for like a year and a half. That's at least, right? Because when you proposed to me, we should have been engaged like the normal amount of time, like 6 to 12 months minimum. I think
well,
an
at our
engagement,
age,
I think an engagement should last a year in general.
okay,
You should be
yes.
engaged for a year.
But I think a lot of it's age dependent.
Our year
I
had
do.
come up.
I think I
get it.
A lot of it's age dependent. In your 20s, sure, but I think when you're 40, kind of no. There's
For
no,
sure in your 20s or even in your early 30s.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the truth seeps its way to the surface
But there's just
when you're engaged
But the stress also, you're going to see how you both react.
in a lot of situations.
Yeah. Once there's the ring on the fingers.
And you know what? Like, I think that of all the stuff that you and I have like created and talked about here, the best building blocks of how we became more and more sure of each other was because we had to go through things. Like we did have to, we had growing
went through
pains.
Major life things.
And
went
we
through
had a
major
lot of
life
growing,
things.
like just even sharing an
Yes.
an apartment together and moving into a new space and
With
saying
your mother
like,
upstairs.
how are you helping with the move? How am I helping with the
Yes.
move? Who's splitting
Yes.
calling this? I mean, like
Yes.
it's good for
Yes.
people to learn who they are.
Absolutely.
Like a relationship cannot be built on what should we order for dinner? Where do you want me to make the reservation, honey? Which island do you want to take a vacation to, honey?
Yes.
Like, I mean, so anyway, we're now at the point where what?
We started to go look for venues. Like we had to go look for places. And
Descanso Gardens was one place I took him. It's an outdoor facility. The signage looked just like Knott's Berry Farm. Like, so you would like walk down like a pebble path of rocks and dead leaves.
Now understand a few things, all right? This is going to be on the show, so they're filming this, all right?
Yeah.
Her father's sick. I have, probably 100 to 150 people that are going to come from New York City to the wedding.
That's really what it
So
was.
I just want
That's
this
really
to
what
be
it
as stressless as possible.
No
like there's
fancy.
already stress. I want it to be, for me, easy fucking peasy. Let's do it in a hotel. They could they could fly and stay in the fucking hotel. Keep it central. Now, I didn't know I wanted any of this until we went to Descanso Gardens. Like, until she dragged me, it's like, oh, shit. This is, first off, I can see
You guys have to see it. You guys have to see it.
It's not just that. Listen, it's a beautiful place. I'm not trying to say that it's not.
For the right event.
Yeah, no, like
for like a picnic and for their light festival.
I'm sure they did the right. Listen, the place that we did it to, or we did it to Jeremy, when you went in the room, it looked like a fucking conference center. So there wasn't anything special, but they made it look magical. I'm sure that the Descanso Gardens could do the same thing for our wedding as well.
However,
so I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying it was so fucking out in the middle of the wilderness. I'm like, all right, all I'm picturing is all my friends calling me the day of, bro, where's the bus? How we get to the venue? Yeah, I was like, can we smoke pot on the bus? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can I'm like, oh no, this is not just that.
No one was going to be bussed into our wedding.
Of course they were. Where are they going to sleep? They were going to camp? They were going to get a fucking Winnebago?
Okay.
And that's it. Everybody was going to live in a tent?
Well,
where are they going to sleep?
Listen. You're very okay. I have to back this up.
They all got to
come The number one problem is that there was no kitchen on site. So the food would 100% be cold and the ice would be melted. Because if there's...
It was in the middle of the fucking wilderness, bro.
Like, wherever you choose...
There might have been... You know what might have been a problem? There might have been a bear attack. How's that? Like in the middle of the dance floor, someone got bit by a bear. It was in the middle of the fucking wilderness. And I got, like I said, 150 people that I'm not going to have to worry about getting from New York to L.A. and then from L.A. to fucking Smokey the Bear's playground.
You know what? You're way fancier than me. This is a very controversial thing to say, but you were clearly you're Monica Geller. Like, the wedding for all of your people in New York, the expectations, like for LA, everyone said this is one of the most beautiful weddings, if not the most beautiful wedding that they had ever attended. And for LA standards, that's like amazing. But like, we drove away from Descanso and they were like, the lady, it was an appointment. Like, we had an appointment. We had to meet somebody who walked the property with us. We're on a golf cart and I would ask every logistic question. Her answer was more frightening.
Yeah, like, porta potties.
Where's the restroom? Yeah.
We could put a couple
it's about 400 meters down that way through the tree. Yeah. Make a left at the dirt path.
Right past the coyote section. Right past where the coyotes sleep. Yeah. Then so the porta potties we keep in the bear cave.
It's right by the travel center.
What?
And then like the Scooby signs, like the signage was very like Scooby-Doo. Wait. Yeah. My last thing is, if there's no kitchen on site, where's the food coming in from? How are you going to keep it warm?
Hunters are going to hunt. Oh, yeah. There's going to be deer running through the reception.
We don't hunt and eat deer.
Yeah, and now all I'm picturing is, oh shit, this is going to be my like immediate future. Is to go looking all over L.A.
You had a meltdown.
Total fucking meltdown, bro.
On the drive home.
Total like, no, this is not. Like, because
you thought that was going to be your life?
She already said, after this, she had like 5 places lined up. And
we didn't go any of them.
They were literally scattered. All I knew was where they were. And they were scattered like, L.A.'s vast, bro. It's fucking big, dude.
Bel Air Hotel.
I mean? So it's like, all right, we're going here, and then we're going to
go... The Bel Air Hotel,
like,
and the Beverly Hills Hotel, which is a subterranean room. It's no good.
No. Like
their ballroom is like, no bueno.
Like I said, man, I drove away and had a fucking meltdown. Like, oh, shit, I am not... There's no fucking way I'm doing this. It was baseball season. You know what I mean? Like, there's Met games and shit. Like, I'm not missing a bunch of fucking Met games to go all over fucking Southern California to look at a fucking venue for a party. No shot.
You know what happened that day? When you had your meltdown in the car, it really set the tone because I was like, whoa, I want a happy marriage. I don't want a husband that's screaming at me. Therefore, at that moment, I decided we cannot fight over any wedding details. Do you give me that?
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this is not what I dreamed of. This is not what I wanted. I'm not asking for much. I don't want to fight with you while planning. So it was like, rule number 1, if we fight and butt heads, then Like, we have to stop, figure it out, compromise. And that's like the best part of becoming married, is learning to compromise while you're planning your wedding.
Yeah. And
so your meltdown was very diva. It made me realize how important the wedding is for you.
No, again, I wanted.
You kind of wanted wanted it to be epic so that you can impress your friends and family.
Epic. It has nothing to do with epic. I wanted it easy.
Bro, we had fresh squeezed grapefruit juice at your wedding and top shelf vodka, like Grey Goose and nothing less. Like, there was no Tito's.
I didn't say any of that shit.
I'm saying it.
That was not a requirement, but for me,
honey,
again, all I wanted was
married.
for everybody to be in one place, to keep it simple for me.
Without a porta potty. Again, I'm not minimizing. I'm just saying.
No, of all that we had going on in the world, like I said, your father was sick. I had 150 people flying in from out of town. They were filming. So it's a lot. And I didn't want to have the wedding and where it was going to be. And like the day of the wedding, again, everybody's going to call me.
In a campground.
You know, wherever. I want it to be in L.A.
Sweetie, I'm on your side.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
Yeah. Look at my eyes. I'm right here.
All right.
I am on your side.
Okay.
You saved the wedding.
A diva.
You saved the wedding.
Yeah, I know I did.
Okay.
I know I did. And then the next time we went to look at the place, when we went to look at the Jeremy, which is the place that we actually ended up doing it.
I think it's called the One Hotel right now.
Yeah, whatever. But at the time it was the Jeremy. And while we're there, and again, this is the second place we've actually gone and looked at. She's maintained that we're going to somehow get her dad to come to the wedding, whether we have to have an ambulance and hiring a doctor and, just real delusional shit. You know what I mean?
I was like, do you think that we can discharge him for the hospital from like ICU for one day safely?
Yeah. We'll pay for the ambulance. There's got to be a doctor that we can hire. She knows a bunch of doctors. She's like, yeah, I'll get, such and such. He'll stay.
I do know all the best doctors.
Yes. He'll stay here on duty
I went to
all
high
day.
School with them.
That will be his wedding gift to me, that he'll stay and he'll make sure So Shams, the legendary guy that he is, did us all a favor. And he went quietly.
That's not how I would word my father passing.
He did us a favor. Listen, he made it easy. He didn't drag it out any longer.
No, you have to realize that my father is just the most important person in my life to date, right?
Yes.
And I held on, stopped our life. The fact that I always thought I would like not even be able to continue to live if the day my dad died, I thought I was going to be the day behind him. Okay. Yeah. So
yes, this is true, folks.
Yeah. So I just can't say he did us a favor because I wanted him to live forever.
He did me a favor
and then
then.
Die the next
He
day.
did me a favor then. He made it easier for us to go forward.
Still have a problem with you wording it that way, but okay. I mean, you're a good guy, so I can understand that.
Listen,
you don't mean it that way.
Nobody respects her dad more than I do. Someone that grew up with an absentee father who really, especially now having a kid, I look at my father with even more apathy and disgust than I did before.
I could see that.
It's what's the matter with you?
Yeah.
But
I think some people just don't attach to their children.
Yeah, no. So your father was the antithesis of that. He was a fantastic father, dad, all those words, all those
brother,
not just to you,
boss.
but to an entire community. That's one of the reasons that we did devote an episode to just to have that house, because a lot of special things happen in that house. Mm-hmm. One of those was your father's service.
Yeah, it was
beautiful.
And
they had people, Well, she's going to cry. And then I look at her and she gets me fucking emotional. I want to punch her in the throat.
I think what you're talking about, it's just beautiful.
No, but he was a real special dude. Just a little bit of a history lesson. When, they had the revolution in Iran, the mullahs and the extremists that came into power were looking to get rid of all the enlightened, all the educated, all the... the best of the best that were attached to the Shah. So those people, they were killing them. You know what I mean? They were dying. So they needed to get out. And Shams worked at the embassy. He got a lot of these people out. It's also one of the reasons why, they brought their best and their brightest. So it's why they, really excelled once they got here. They had some money. A lot of them bought land, so they were all educated. So that's where that Shah concept comes from. That's where it's from. It's that they all came here and they flourished. And Shams was a direct reason for that. There were people at his service. There was a dude, he was a kid. He was in his 20s, and his parents said he had to come there to pay his respects because their whole family wouldn't exist. Their whole family wouldn't exist here if it wasn't for her dad. My father's a piece of shit. You know what I mean? And that's awe-inspiring. You know what I mean? Oh, I hate you so much.
But
let me just, like I said,
1962, my dad came.
But a lot of people go through their life and they're good people, but they don't really make an impact. You know what I mean? They might make an impact on their friends and their immediate family. This is a person that made an impact on generations,
Nice guy.
That's a real legacy to have. Aside from the fact that he was a great father and a great friend, and he gave with both hands to anybody he knew. He also,
You're the one who wanted to.
He also left a lasting legacy that, that's one of the reasons, I do Fight Club. I got to walk in this guy's footsteps. My son carries his name. You know what I mean? So...
just look at my feet.
Yeah, those are terrifying. They'll make me cry too. But out of fear, shriek. So yeah, I just gotta stop looking at you. But yeah, listen. Bottom line, like I said, the kid. I got a lot to look up to. I'm proud that my son carries his name. He was a legendary dude, and that service was it was one of the more happy. Positive funeral experiences that I've ever been through.
And beautiful.
I mean, listen, the guy was a great guy. He was a legendary man, and I'm better for knowing him. I'm happy that I got to spend some time with him. And happy I got to meet so many people that he had influence over, and so many people whose lives he touched, and he did touch a ton.
For me, the most important thing when somebody close to you passes is keeping their memory alive. And I don't hear enough other people around me saying this, but I talk about my dad constantly all day long. And actually, I need to do more with Shams, talking about his grandfather. And obviously my son doesn't understand why his grandfather isn't here. He's too young, but he loves his grandma.
Yes.
And I think that when putting aside the infant aspect of it, like, I love when you talk to me about your mom and tell me about things that she did and her sense of humor. Like, knowing more about your mom makes me feel closer to you. And knowing, like, even the bad stuff that you don't like about your dad, it makes me feel closer to you. And as far as, like, when it comes to, like, I could be talking to Mike Shoehead and being like, you know what my dad would say right now? And share an anecdote. That is how I keep someone's love and their presence of them. Even if they're in heaven, in the afterlife, soaring through the universe, which, my dad does believe in speaking about them in present tense. Like, he's still with us because he is. My dad believed in reincarnation. So, like, I believe that as well. Well,
you know who else believed in reincarnation?
Who?
Einstein.
Oh, okay, good.
Because energy can't cease to exist.
Okay.
You can't just shut energy down.
An object at motion tends to stay at motion. So a lazy ass tends to stay a lazy ass.
Yeah.
An object at rest.
Yes.
My father, before we move on, is the best dad that's ever lived. He is my best friend. He is the most generous, sweetest, funniest, downest, spontaneous, risk-taking, like, just would make lemonade out of every situation. My dad would walk into a room and light it up with his love and his generosity and just, truly like an angel on earth. Even if he had overindulged me and didn't teach me any discipline and would let me write my own notes.
Thanks, James. I really am dealing with the
when
ramifications.
the principal at Beverly
The ramifications and the fallout from him not giving her any discipline or any or telling her no.
XOXO. So Ben Bushman was the principal of Beverly, and he would call me into the office and be like, "You have 45 absences in Mod 1, first period." And
that's just too early.
No, me and my girlfriend would go sit down in a coffee shop before school.
The Peach Pit.
Yes, pretty much. Yeah. It was the Nosh. You love that place.
I do love the Nosh.
And I would be allowed to write my own notes, my truancy notes, and my dad would let me sign them, and then I would do it in the car in the parking lot of the school. Then the Ben Bushman, he would lick his thumb and rub the ink because it was so fresh, so that he could prove to me that he knows that I just did this in the car because the ink was so fresh that it would smudge.
Maybe he was just trying to be provocative.
No, he would. Trust me, don't do this to him.
He likes the Bush, man.
No, dude, that's not what you do to Ben Bushman. He's beloved and revered and was not a weirdo at all. He was just showing me, you're lying, and I know you're lying. Then he put his hand on the phone. If I call your father right now,
no, he knows.
Is your dad gonna? Are you okay with that? And I was like, yeah, call him. What's he gonna do?
He doesn't give a shit. He bought me a condo. He bought me a condo down the hall from him.
I've been driving without a license
he doesn't care.
Since I was 13 years old.
Yeah.
Back in Falls Church, Virginia.
Yeah. You're barking up the wrong bush, man.
You're so dumb.
Yeah.
So my dad was cool. Cool.
No, definitely was a legendary guy.
And when shout out to everybody, everyone that's lucky enough to have an amazing father that they consider one of their best friends in life, and also
and you saw it, man. Like I said, there was
the love that you get from your dad is
there was a ton of people in that room, man. There was a ton of people at his memorial. There was, they all came to pay their respects. They all really appreciated who Shams was.
My dad would let me speed.
Yeah.
He would we would drive to Vegas. Nene, did I ever tell you my dad would let us drive to Vegas at midnight? So we'd get there at 4 a.m, and he'd be like, put the top down. And the sky was full of stars because that Dead Valley? What's the name of the
Death Valley?
Death Valley is full of stars, and there's no lights, so the stars shine even brighter.
She probably been paying attention to the road. Would have rather heard that you were watching the road, as opposed to staring up at the skies with the top down. Yeah, speeding nonetheless.
He would let me speed. He'd be like, faster.
Yeah. No, man, he's a good guy, and you can't tell our story without talking about him. And, him passing was, it was definitely a big deal. And I know for my wife, she had a lot going on. And, we were trying to plan a wedding. We were trying to.
My dad, I won't do everything the same as he did, obviously, because children do need discipline. And I didn't have a lot of that.
None.
So, I'll take the bad with the good.
You still the little guy gets.
I'll pay for it. You pay for it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, man. I know. I'm paying. I'm the one paying for it because I have to be the bad guy at all times.
You got to take the good.
I got to be the guy
that comes with me too.
I got to be the pain in the ass. I got to be the one that tells him, "Nope, you put that down. Nope, it's dinner time.
Well,
nope,
see, you don't
it's
understand the love
nope.
of a father. You never had it.
Yeah,
so
that's true. That's true.
You never got that.
Not at all, man. So I was missing out. So now I got to double it up. Yeah. Yeah. But we were supposed to do some the Q&A, but my wife didn't post any questions.
I got a DM.
Oh, look at you.
Okay.
One.
I have, yes.
One.
I didn't post for it.
Okay.
But people are welcome to send.
Okay.
By the way, you guys, we love it when you send comments and write comments, just like Tommy talked last time. You can always send DMs to the Till the Dirt podcast, even if we don't do a poll. So this one girl asked me, and this is going to stay anon because I feel like it's personal.
And because you don't remember who their name is anyway, so. What are you making it on?
Because of what I said.
You got a lot of makeup on your
I
nose.
know, it's bad.
It looks like you sticking your nose up Toy's asshole. What's going on? It's very tough to look at you. It's very tough to look at you. Shit nose.
I know.
Shit beak.
It's not just my nose.
No, it's the tip of your nose, bro. No, it's the tip.
It's my whole
the
face.
tip of your nose looks like you literally a brown nose, like you've been trying to get a job, sucking up to somebody.
What about the sides are bad?
No, it's the tip. It was just the tip. Just the tip was real bad.
Okay.
The tip was bad.
She said tips on initiating sex with her boyfriend. She wants to know if it's okay for the woman to initiate, how, I guess that's a question for you too, and how to break the ice. So if you've been, and I love this question because when people are in a relationship, you can have like times in your life that you go, like you have more sex, times in life that you have not as much, and feeling sexy and feeling confident and feeling, oh, that's what she said at the top of it. She said, you're so confident. I want to say that even if I'm confident, it doesn't mean that I can't have my own moments of like struggling with things. So the question is in two parts. I want to hear from you first. I want to hear from the man right now.
Probably complain less. It's a turn off.
How do you know she complains?
Because you all complain. I
don't think that's really specific.
Every single one of you complain.
Okay.
Let's
not do something that she's talking about in the bedroom.
Yeah, and I'm talking about what leads to the bedroom.
You're making it personal about me.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about what leads to the bedroom. I'm talking about what leads to the bedroom for any man. If you want to spice things up, then you're gonna have to mellow him out.
Why don't you assume they don't have a long distance relationship? I don't know. Okay.
I'm just telling you what you're going. I'm just going over what you told me, and I answered it.
So clearly, friend, bestie, you clearly are nagging him. That's what you want to say? I'm
saying don't do that. I'm saying whether you are or you aren't, don't do that.
Okay.
That's one thing not to do.
All right, two more. Tips.
Mix it up with the appearance. If you want to, don't look the same. If you want to like spice things up differently, don't look the same.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. Maybe get a couple of new outfits. Maybe change your haircut. Maybe do your makeup different.
Go to haircut.
Any of that. And ask him what he's into, man. Ask him what he's looking to do. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's different. It's different for everybody's got their proclivities. Everybody's got the things that they're into that, so to just throw a blanket, it's different from couple to couple in my mind.
Yeah. I love it when you say proclivities.
Yeah.
So for me, I would say if you want to initiate when you feel like you want to increase how much sex you're having, I would start small and slow with like holding hands. Sometimes you haven't held hands with each other for a long time. Sometimes you haven't made out with each other in a long time. Or maybe you can just cuddle and have like one-on-one time and make sure you're communicating like verbally in intimate ways. And I think you should also feel like maybe just like curl up to him, feel good, make sure you have like something that makes you feel sexy, whether it's sweats or lingerie, and like get into bed early. Do it during a movie. Like maybe watch like a sexy movie that's going to be like not porn, but like a little bit sexy that might like relax him. I think just being in a mindset, maybe setting some candles, setting this, like music, like that's what I would do. Get back to us. Let us know if any of this shit works.
Yeah, dying to know. Dying to know. You guys pork more. Dying to know. Send me in it goes down in the DMs. Let me know.
All right. So for everyone that's here listening to this, please follow our YouTube, subscribe, set the bell for the notification. And don't forget that if you're obsessed with us, you can always support us by getting a T-shirt.
Okay. If you're obsessed with
Until
us.
the Dirt Podcast.
If you're obsessed with us, take a step back. There's no reason to be obsessed.
No, but our T-shirts are awesome.
Our T-shirts are awesome.
I wear them almost every other. It's too much. I had to stop wearing them because I'm trying to change it up. Oh my God! Just like you said.
Yeah.
Change it up. Get a haircut. So I just started dressing 10s only. So right now I'm wearing you a 10. Bringing 10s.
I want to go about that. You didn't know how to. You didn't know how to buckle. You didn't know how to put your pants on.
I didn't say it. You can't say I didn't try.
You didn't know how to put your pants on, and there's a hole on them the size. Like I hope that was.
An accident.
I hope you did that.
It was an accident.
Okay, good.
I was in
hope
bed.
you didn't buy it like that.
I fell asleep, and then it happened.
What, you burst your pants?
No. They're too big. They're brand new. Okay. They're one size too big.
But the hole I'm talking about.
I was in bed, and I climbed out of bed with ripped jeans, so the hole just ripped. So it was an accident.
I've been there, man. I've been there.
I'm sure you have.
I've been there. I went to work one day.
Where haven't you been? You know what I want to say? Don't let me forget. One of the best things about marrying you is that, because there's been a lot of cheating allegations in the press about cheaters, and once a cheater, always a cheater. Here's my thing. I know this is a little out of field.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the once a cheater, always a cheater.
Looking at you reminded me that you're so free, like the fire in your eyes, the way you're looking at me now, it's so handsome. But I want to add to that. When a man gets a lot of pussy in the young years of his life, like 15, that's a good age to lose your virginity, in my opinion.
Look at you.
Not sooner.
Look at you. All right.
For a guy?
Yeah.
For a guy. Yeah, not 12 or 13 or 14, but I think 15.
7. I hope Sam's got laid at nursery school.
No. I think 15 or 16.
Okay,
Why,
good.
do you think that's too young?
Maybe. Especially now, I'll tell you one thing I do not like, and it scares me about going forward with kids, is the accessibility to porn.
Well, that's just going to happen.
Nah, but it's real easy us to be glib about it, but I'm telling you, you're doing long-term irrevocable damage to these kids. For like when I was a kid, you get your friend had a porno mag, and maybe like you got that lent to you, and like, you know, there was a thrill and a chase aspect to it, and there was a certain, you know, taboo that, you know, it's not there anymore, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like there's elements to the, like what these kids are seeing now that they're expecting to be like at a very young age. That's not sex, bro. That's not how things work. You know what I mean? It's not, you know, you're not fucking busting a butt plug out the second time. You know what I mean? When you're having sex as a kid, like there's this stuff out there nowadays that's really, really crazy.
It's not intimate.
It's
not intimacy,
and it's scary. Like I said, you know, there was a point in time as an adolescent male that, you know, I could speak to, and I don't care, gay, straight, whatever the hell you are, where you're whittling your wood, bro. You know what I mean? Like you
masturbating?
You are whittling your wood. It could have turned into a fucking like a desk drawer because of how much wood I was whittling.
Okay.
And you know, you're doing that a lot with your imagination, and like I couldn't imagine having the porn that's available to, you know, in your hand now. That, you know, I couldn't imagine having that at my disposal growing up.
And so the negative aspect of it is what? The irreversible damage.
It desensitizes you to it. It removes away that you know,
physical appeal. And
not to sound hokey, but you know that the love. You know what I mean? They're supposed to. I don't give a fuck if it's the, you know, if you don't love the girl, if it's just someone you met out. There's still a way you're supposed to treat each other in the throes or in the brothel or in the bedroom, in the boudoir. I'm sorry. That, you know, you're supposed to treat each other. It's a humanity. It's a respect. That a lot of that, it's, you know, porn does away with that. And then you have, you know, that Tinder element to it too, where it's like, you know, there's just, like, I don't want my son to grow up and think that's how to treat women. Let's put it that way. I don't want him to think that that's how, you know, that's how men and women are supposed to react off of one another.
Well, parental controls on a computer are a real thing. So you just got to stay on top of that.
I mean, listen, you know, taking point Vinny. Vinny watches more porn than anyone I know. Like, I think he's got a problem. His brother has 4 little girls. You know what I mean? Like, he's the complete antithesis. You know what I mean? Like, get that shit away from me. Because, you know, it's just like I said, I think your mind frame changes a little bit. But that's something that worries me. It definitely worries me as he gets older.
Well, but the perfect example is that Vinny is not with children around the house. He's able to do what he does.
Yes.
And then Frankie, polar opposite.
Not Frankie, Ray.
I mean, Ray, polar opposite. He has another brother, Frankie.
No, he doesn't. But you want to give him one? All right. Frankie.
He has 2 brothers.
Yeah.
Ray and
Steven.
Steven. Okay. Sorry. I haven't really seen a lot of, I haven't spent a lot of time with Steven yet. And Ray, on the other hand, doesn't have that same thing. They're brothers. They were grown up the same way. And Vinny probably wasn't looking at porn when he was 16. He's looking at it now.
No, Vinny's been looking at porn. Like Vinny had the box, like the illegal cable boxes. I don't think I'm getting into trouble.
I know what you're talking
So he had the naked channel for as long as I can remember.
Skinemax.
No, porn.
Playboy.
Porn. Yeah, Playboy, Spice, I think they called it, whatever it was. But he always had that shit. But even
know what it is.
But even that is so far, even that porn is so far removed
from what's
from
out
the
today.
porn that's out now. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, it's craziness, some of the things, and any thought process or anything that someone might be into, there's porn for it. And
fetish and
anything,
proclivities, as you say.
Yeah, like I said, man, there's a rabbit hole of porn that I worry about that for my kid. And you could put the parental control, you could do all that shit, but I promise you, one of the other parents in the parent group isn't.
Okay,
and they're gonna go by that kid's house, or they're gonna hang out. You know what I mean? And they're gonna get access to shit that I just feel like it's just way too advanced for where their head is.
I definitely withdraw my answer about 15. I think you're right. I was 17 when I lost my virginity, but to another virgin. So that's perfect, because you should both be on the same playing field when you're vulnerable and innocent and a teenager in love. Like I lost it the right way. 15, you're right. If we're trying to extend the childhood of children, we should extend how far until they take on intimate things.
And once that happens, you're not a kid anymore in a lot of ways, man. A lot of your innocence is gone.
It's true.
Once that happens.
It's true. So I do know a lot of people that have innocent, age-appropriate kids. Like Layla's daughter, she's an innocent. She's not like getting tramp stamps and any things like that. So it still exists, just to give you a little hope.
Yeah, I mean,
listen,
I think it's a lot more different for the boys. Well, no, I can't even say that. Like I said, girls
just
seeing
never
that
know.
porn, that's not, and thinking that that's something that they have to be or that they have to do. And like a lot of that's just so crazy, man.
Well,
you got to grow up, dude. You got to grow up. You got to experience life a little bit. And some of that shit is just so crazy in left field. And the people in them are so young. You know what I mean? Like the girls in them are young. They just turned 18 and just turned 19. And like, wow. So.
Yeah, I don't actually have a lot of insight on that because I don't watch.
No, I don't either, man. I really don't.
But I'm glad you brought it up. I just wanted to say my original point was cheating. Because there's been a lot of breakups and cheating in the news lately, it made me think, why are men cheating? Why are people? Why is it?
It's not always the men.
Sorry, that's right. I was just about to correct myself. If you would have given me a second.
I highly doubt it, because
why do people cheat?
Any of your anytime you hear someone breaks up, your first reaction is always, what the man do? Always.
Me?
Yes. Always.
Wait. He's awake. Coming, buddy.
That's the closing bell, folks.
That is the closing bell. I do want to add one thing. When I was young, my mother and my auntie would drag Natalie and I to any R-rated movie that they wanted to see.
I always saw R-rated movies too. I don't think that's it.
No, it wasn't okay. I want to say that I can remember very clearly and vividly that if you are a 6-year-old or a 10-year-old and you're seeing something that's R-rated, don't. You shouldn't.
I disagree.
Do it.
I saw all those movies.
For me, it was part of the loss of innocence.
See?
Is being exposed.
So tomato. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we should let the kids watch porn and make it a family night of it.
No. I'm
No,
saying.
we're not, because I'm saying rated R. You should let. I got no problem with the kid watching.
Oh, you
that.
didn't say that.
I got no problem with that. I watched all those movies growing up. All the rated R from young age, all that Freddy, all that shit. I watched from a little kid.
Okay.
And it never bothered me.
Okay. For you, it didn't.
For you, it
But
did.
I'm
That's what I'm
saying
saying.
for
So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everybody should let the kids watch porn.
No, it's not okay.
I agree. But I'm saying
Shut
there's
up.
contrast.
Just shut up.
All right.
Okay. To second what you're saying, I'm saying that for me, even an R-rated movie that was before I was ready.
But I'm disagreeing with you.
I don't care.
I'm disagreeing.
I just want you to
You
let
act
me.
like you're supporting me on it, and I'm not. I'm disagreeing with you saying on that.
I'm
So
saying I'll see your porn and I'll
Okay.
raise you.
Rated R?
Any
No.
sexual thing,
Oh, no.
anything sexual that isn't like you shouldn't get hit on by a 21-year-old. I
So
got hit
Vida
on.
would bring you to child like.
Coming, Betty. So, closing thoughts. When I would get exposed to something that wasn't age appropriate, it affected me in a negative way. It could even be a guy that, like, when I got boobs, I was in 9th grade. I wasn't ready to get hit on. It's not a lost cause. It's very possible to say, hey, you know what? We are two people that are in our 40s, even if I'm older than you. We are two people that are grown-ass adults saying, hey, guess what? Now that we're having kids, we want to do something that we didn't like for the younger generation, whether it's today's porn or even like my childhood's inappropriate stuff. Like there is hope yet. You can groom your children to stay innocent and be protected.
Folks. All right.
Well, okay.
All
Whatever.
All right, everybody.
All right, forget it.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
All right, so we are going to go
Yeah.
pack up a little lunchbox and take our kid
Take
to
the kid to bounce.
largest bounce house. This is the wildest Friday night that I've had in the past month.
Woof.
I'm excited for
You should
me.
be.
And love you guys.
All right.
Yeah, don't forget to comment, subscribe, sign up, go to our YouTube, please, and
TillTheDirtPodcast.com.
TillTheDirtPodcast.com.
Nice and easy.
T-shirts available now.
All right.
Mwah. Thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of Till the Dirt with Tommy and MJ. We're so happy you're coming on this journey with us. It would mean so much to us if you would rate our show, give us 5 stars, leave a nice comment, and subscribe so that you can stay up to date with all our new episodes. You could also follow us on all platforms at Till the Dirt with Tommy and MJ. See you next week.